the kind of hardships they... You're going to like this one.
Hold on. All right, I'm settled.
Want me to start?
Yeah.
Because Midwest farmers are increasingly more market-oriented, bean sales of that size, especially to an otherwise non-buying country, pose special hardships, the kind of hardships that farmers can do without. Randy Parlett, Eyewitness News.
With Jack Cafferty, Phil Thomas, Jerry Reno, Jim Zabel, and the rest of the Eyewitness News team. Now, here's Jack Cafferty.
Good evening. That was our producer. Indiana today ratified the Equal Rights Amendment to the Constitution.
Oh, God, you ass.
This is Eyewitness News.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Gangstead. Last night's camp out for mortgage money ended this morning.
The weather was like last Tuesday, you would never have been wearing a sweater.
I would melt into a little pile. All right, thank you, Rick.
Stop it, will you? I'm getting sick of donuts. That's the biggest donut I've ever seen. Hey, turn that thing on.
The open house here on Capitol Hill is keep it rolling. The open house here on Capitol Hill makes this a different sort of day in the House of...
The ultimate goal is an amendment to the U.S. Constitution making abortion illegal. With a Democratic Congress and a president, Jimmy Carter, who opposes such an amendment, the tougher we fight.
One exhibitor told me that people collect... kill it. Okay. One exhibitor told me that people...
Almost a year since you had a cigarette. How do you assess the last year without smoking?
Up your ass.
Science, it's here. Wait a minute. What are you doing? Yes, Boo.
1976 may be a year...
The Panthers, if that asshole would quit making noise over there.
There had been some question of whether or not Senator Doyle was following Jimmy Carter around the country. You may remember he was in Seattle after the... Cut it.
So some 17 hours after Jimmy Carter arrived, he pulled out on his way to Georgia. Well, he will... Stop it. So some 17 hours after Jimmy Carter arrived, he left Des Moines, headed for Georgia, where he will rest until Tuesday. He did exactly as he was expected to do. He delivered a plea for the Midwestern farm vote. And the Republicans come down to... You still got it?
Tonight at 7 p.m., the governor, he's a senator, Bob.
Chris Long reporting for Eyewitness News. Screw it.
He's then to speak with the governor at the state fair. Later on, he'll also talk with Lawrence Welk. As for the... Forget it. Shut up again.
There has a drop there of 588. Kill it. I f***ed that up.
You have spin. For the most part, people around town agree that it's worth the price. Bob Rucker reporting for Eyewitness News. Didn't like that.
The general manager of the MTA says the charges... The general manager of the MTA says the letter... The general manager from the... The general manager of the MTA says the federal report... The general manager from the MTA says the federal report...
When this hatchery is completed, tank trucks will drive right up to the ponds themselves and deliver... Forget it.
The federal government gives Des Moines buses 30 days to answer possible charges of discrimination. Hi, I'm Ellen Jaffe. I'll have that story coming up on Eyewitness News.
It's all a part of a fish trade program that the Iowa Department of Conservation is conducting. God damn it.
Hello, I'm Steve Gangstead with a report on open house at the Iowa House coming up on Eyewitness News.
Did about $12,000 damage to the frame house. Junior DeVore, a family friend, got...
The car dealers meeting here in Des Moines are aware that The car dealers meeting here in Des Moines recognize that
This is Joe Cool, your Joe Cool reporter. Photographer Cortney Kintzer and I have been out freezing our asses off trying to shoot some dead fish. You people at Drake ought to realize what the hell kind of business you're getting into. Cortney had some trouble. He was trying to get some nice sound of the water going, and the asshole dumped the microphone into the water. Into the water. Can you believe that?
people are always saying, Steve, how do you do it? How can you fit it all in? Well, there's no simple answer. I drink high C, get lots of vitamins, sleep 10 to 12 hours every afternoon, and show up for work when I feel like it. Karl, how long have you been utterly weird?
You're not supposed to talk to your mouth full.
Karl, it's not your mouth that's full, that's your nose.
My nose is up here, dingo.
Oh, that's what you call it?
Gangstead, if you're going to be an asshole, you can get involved in this, too. Tell us, Steve, how long have you had a speech impediment? Come here, boy.
I'm on a late timetable right now. I got to get back for the news. Can't you,
One of your children want to make fun?
maybe one of them kids here, he's looking for somebody to go get some ice from. Courtney, I just had a little distraction here, but you can just say when or whatever. Or if you're not ready yet, just take your time. That's okay.
This library is one of many rooms where 30 volunteers have...
Coming up on Eyewitness News. That was no good. No.
30 volunteers have spent most of their time trying to
People always say to me, Steve, don't you have any kind of moral remorse or regret about endorsing products like Pepsi on the news? I'll tell you, man, Pepsi's great. People are always saying, why are you covering rock concerts from outside the fence? Well, that's a good question.
Fire does an estimated $10,000 damage here in Westerville. Let me try that again.
Eyewitness News has reported Des Moines... Fuck it. Stop it.
Oh, shit.
And they're already finding out what kind of problems that might mean. Steve Gangstead.
It's another Sunday afternoon and it's hot, and here's another dipshit story. I'm Sara Ivey, coming up on Eyewitness News.
People can now drive into movies, banks, and forget it, I screwed it up. So you turn it off.
As Des Moines' water supply dwindles, Bob, we are going to get hit by this car.
What?
Let's just go ahead. I'm not saying anything. I know you're running, so...
The phone rarely rings. That's not the name of a soap opera. That's the way one... described sales for the month of May. And it's the month of June. The sale... Oh. Cut it. Come on, stop it.
The proposed historic preservation audience will... cut... Hello, we're reporting for WHO today out at Merle Hay Mall, where Sara Ivey is shooting film of the two of us.
Yes, that's right, Steve. This is a CP16 Cinema Products camera. It is not as heavy as it looks.
Is it more of a toy than you once thought it was?
Oh, yes. After a certain period of time, it just becomes like a Kodak Instamatic.
This non-event is really getting quite a bit of attention and probably more publicity than it deserves. Two of the area's top professionals are covering this story.
Right. Well, let's say goodbye.
All right, let's sign off.
Goodbye, Steve.
Let's put a 30 on this one.
30.
Oh, beautiful. Hold on, you got another one coming. Okay. I don't believe this.
Leaf burning returns to Des Moines. Hello, I'm Bill George. I'll have the... Oh, Jesus.
Stay tuned at 6 and 10.
Hello, I'm Steve Gangstead, reporting from Veterans Auditorium, where Des Moines police are planning to frisk President Jimmy Carter this weekend, looking for any marijuana in his pocket or any lust in his heart. Details coming up on Eyewitness News.
Hi, I'm Kathy. Okay. There's no doubt about it. There's definitely going to be a new hotel in Des Moines. Wait, are you roll? Wait, don't roll yet. Ready.
Don't crack up.
What the hell you want to do? If you want.
No, I won't crack up.
You son of a...
I'm in love.
Well, you got this thing about him. You realize I'm going to dub this off to E&G and edit it that way. Really screw this report one way or the other. I can't figure.
Well, you got to have one ugly guy to balance it off, like you had Barco last time you saw.
Oh man, that come up when you want it to.
The beach was pretty well filled with bodies. It's the first hot day in several...
The hell with it. I said hell. Okay. Bye, Mom. Dad.
The beach was pretty well filled with bodies. It's the first hot day in several weeks. There are lots of people outdoors.
Sounds like that idiot Cooley.
Sorry, Good evening. I'm Steve Gangstead at the steps of the Iowa State Capitol, where a large crowd of local people have gathered to demand that Bob Rucker be taken off Eyewitness News. Bob, what do you think of this?
Eat it, clown!